The Lantern of Shadows. In a quiet village surrounded by a dark and mysterious forest, there lived a boy named Timmy. He was curious, adventurous, and always looking for something new to explore. One evening, as the moonlight cast long shadows across the village, Timmy turned to his best friend, Ellie, and asked, "Ellie, have you heard about the old forest? They call it the Lantern of Shadows." Ellie shuddered. "Yeah, my grandma says it's haunted. People say they hear whispers in the forest, and if you follow them, you disappear." Timmy's eyes sparkled with curiosity. "What if it's just a story? I want to find out for myself." Ellie gasped. "You're crazy, Timmy. It's dangerous." But Timmy just grinned. "That's what makes it exciting. Come on, let's go tomorrow night." Ellie hesitated. She wasn't as brave as Timmy, but she didn't want him to go alone. "Fine," she said at last, "but if we hear anything weird, we're running back." "Hi." The next night, the two friends stood at the edge of the forest. Timmy carried a small lantern, and Ellie clutched his arm nervously. The forest loomed ahead, its twisted trees casting eerie shadows under the pale moonlight. "It's so quiet," Ellie whispered. "Maybe we should go back." "We've come this far," Timmy said, determined. "Let's go." As they stepped into the forest, the wind began to howl and the trees creaked as if alive. Suddenly, faint whispers floated through the air. "Follow the light," a soft, eerie voice murmured. Ellie froze and grabbed Timmy's arm. "Did you hear that?" Timmy tried to sound brave, but his voice wavered. "It's just the wind, or maybe someone playing a trick." The voice came again, closer this time. "Find me." Then, deeper in the woods, a faint glow appeared. It pulsed softly, beckoning them. "What's that?" Ellie asked, her voice trembling. Timmy hesitated, but his curiosity got the better of him. "Let's find out." They followed the light until they reached a clearing. There, hanging from the branch of an ancient oak tree, was a rusty lantern glowing faintly. Beneath it lay an old, moss-covered chest. "What is this?" Ellie whispered, staring at the strange scene. The whispering voice grew louder, echoing through the trees. "Open it, if you dare." Timmy stepped forward, reaching for the chest. "No, Timmy," Ellie cried, pulling him back. "What if it's a trap?" Timmy hesitated, then shrugged. "What if it's treasure?" Ignoring Ellie's protests, he opened the chest. Inside, they found a small mirror that seemed to glow with its own light. Timmy barely had time to pick it up before shadows began to emerge from the trees. The shadows swirled around them, hissing and whispering. "You've awakened us," they hissed, their voices like the rustling of dry leaves. Ellie screamed. "Timmy, what did you do?" "I didn't think this would happen," Timmy shouted, panicking. The shadows closed in, their dark forms shifting and twisting. Ellie grabbed the glowing mirror from Timmy's hands. The moment she held it up, the shadows recoiled, hissing louder. "It's the mirror," Ellie shouted. "It scares them." "Hold it higher," Timmy cried. Ellie raised the mirror high above her head, and the shadows began to retreat. Slowly they disappeared back into the trees, and the forest grew silent once more. Panting, Ellie lowered the mirror. "Let's get out of here." Timmy nodded, his face pale. "No more adventures in creepy forests." The two ran back to the village as fast as they could, leaving the Lantern of Shadows behind. As they crossed the edge of the forest, the faint whispers faded, and the eerie glow of the lantern dimmed. To this day, the forest remains a mystery. No one knows what the shadows were or why the mirror had such power. But Timmy and Ellie never went back, and the Lantern of Shadows continues to glow faintly in the distance, waiting for the next curious soul to wander in. The end.